Hey guys, I'm just sitting out here today in my backyard watching my dog play with the stick and just the pure joy and excitement and passion that she has when she's running around the backyard with her stick or flicking pine cones through the air. And it reminded me of a conversation I had with a fellow business owner the other day. And we were talking specifically about this idea of really moving out of being an employee into being an entrepreneur and a business owner, and the pure joy, excitement, and exhilaration that brings to feel like you're actually doing what you love and you're living out your passion and your dream. And it's a very different, it's kind of an exhilarating feeling when you move out from being an employee to a business owner and you're actually living your passion. Because a lot of people that are kind of an employer in the 9-to-5 grind that move to entrepreneurial ventures or to creating their own business or doing their own thing, a real core driver a lot of the time is to be able to actually do what they love and not be spending all their time, the precious time that we have, doing something that we hate or working for someone else, like wanting to be our own boss and different things like that. And when I was talking to this business owner and entrepreneur friend of mine, and we were discussing this and just talking about that feeling of being able to move from a place of doing what you hate to doing what you love, we were talking and discussing essentially one key mistake or blind side I feel that a lot of people have when it comes to this. And it's that you feel that by now doing what you love and by being in a place that you're actually living out your passions and you're, as Tony would put it, sucking the marrow out of the bones of life. And you feel so excited that you're actually doing your thing in the world. And what a lot of business owners get blindsided by is the reality, and they kind of forget that at some point they won't be able to do that anymore. So a lot of business owners, I feel, come into this world as entrepreneurs and business owners doing what they love, and they get trapped in this this myth or this cloud, thinking that they'll be able to do what they love forever, thinking that, oh, I don't need to worry about retirement anymore, I don't need to worry about financial freedom, I don't need to worry about financial security and things like that, I don't need to worry about job loss or job security, because the thing is that I'm doing what I love, I'm completely passionate about it, and I'll do what I love until the day I die. And this is a really big trap for a lot of business owners. So I want to talk now about the actual reality, because as certain as I am that the sun will rise tomorrow morning, I am also certain that there will come a point in your life where you will no longer be able to trade your time, effort, or energy for money anymore. And that still counts for you as a business owner. Just because you love what you do and just because you're so passionate, excited about what you're doing, does not mean that at some point life may take over. We don't have as much control in life as we sometimes think that we do as business owners and entrepreneurs. The hard reality that we need to actually face is that the universe or life is mostly in control and we're not. So at some point it is very likely and more certain actually that there's going to come a point where you can't do what you're doing right now. You may want to, you may live in an idealistic kind of reality thinking I'll do this to the day I die, but it's just not true. It's a very, very, very slim chance that you're going to pass away or die doing what you love. It's a very slim chance. What is the more certain reality is that there'll come a time in your life where either mentally, emotionally, or physically, you won't be able to do what you're doing right now. Maybe a mental illness comes about, or a mental disability, or just not having the same mental capacity as you do today to do the things that you're doing. Maybe you have a physical restraint, a physical disability, you have a car accident, or some sort of physical something or other comes about that you're not physically able to do what you're doing, especially if you're in more of a physically restraining type of work or type of business or venture. And for business owners that are more mental and they're counting on their mental energy and their brain and their genius, at some point you're more likely than not going to be able to have that anymore and have the exact same mental state that you do today. And emotionally, it is more than likely going to come a time where you're emotionally not as able to do what you're doing today. And that could be for various reasons. Life has its own plan for us. So what is most likely is that you're not going to be able to actually be doing what you love, living out your passions to the exact day that you die, which means that it is an absolute necessity to have financial security and to build for financial freedom. Because there will come a point, like I said, just as certain as the sun's going to rise tomorrow, there's going to come a point where you can't do it anymore. You can't invest your time, effort, or energy for money. So you're going to need your money to invest itself for more money to be able to ensure that you're financially secure. So what needs to happen is you need to be planning for financial freedom. You need to be getting your money out there working for you, and you need to ensure that you have personal financial freedom outside of your business, outside of your passions, outside of what you're doing right now, so that when the time does come that you're not able to do what you're doing today, you are financially secure, your family is financially secure, and you're secure for generations to come. That's the opportunity that's available here for you as well, is to build financial security for generations to come, so that your children, great-grandchildren, your great-grandkids, great-grandkids, that they can actually live a life where they can have a conversation going into school or education to say, what do I want to do with my life? What do I love? What's my passion? Rather than what job am I going to get to ensure that it pays me enough money to put food on the table? That is something that you have in your hands right now, an advantage as a business owner. So what I encourage is that you use that advantage and that you create personal financial freedom outside of your business. And then from there, you take another step to continue to building that wealth to ensure financial freedom for generations to come in your family. And on that note, I will sign out and go and play with my dog.